What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so real quick, if you guys will indulge me, I'm gonna tell you this cute little story before I get into the news. Well, I'll lead into it real quick here. So, uh, everybody knows we have Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as a YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the description. It's free to come join. And over there is where we talk about investments. But in here is where we talk about all the political things. This is the hidden things in front of your eyes. The link for this group is here as well. So don't talk about politic things in the investment group. Bring all your politic stuff over here into the hidden things in front of your eyes, okay? As you can see, gold is still rising, and so is silver. And they're starting to get to look at this, very interesting levels, to be quite honest with you. I tell everybody, once they start approaching 1900 on gold, my opinion is it's going to take off from there. And it seems to be creeping there very quickly. Well, let's say more gradually. Okay, and this leads me to my story real quick. So, I have to try to respond to a lot of comments and notifications as well as messages. So I had a lady named Monica, and I told her I was going to tell her story, and she had a lot of questions about gold and silver, and it was just too much typing. And so, she asked if I could call her real quick, and I said sure, and I went ahead and I gave her a call. Okay, so I wanted to answer her questions and make sure she felt comfortable about buying gold and silver. And anyway, she has three little kids. Uh, Noah, I think is Noah's 11. The daughter is Nancy, she's 9, and Trevor is 7. But he said call him Skeeter, so Skeeter. So when I called, she was telling her kids that I was on the phone, and they were screaming and yelling in the background, and they were screaming Pimpy, which is really cute. And she put me on speaker, and they wanted to brag real quick that they had been running around collecting aluminum cans, and when they recycled them, the mother took them down to the local coin store, and they bought their first silver coin, and they were thrilled to death about it, and they were excited to tell me about it. You know what I mean? And it was making me laugh, but I was also very happy to hear so much excitement over the fact that they had bought a silver coin. I forgot how exciting it can be to collect coins, but that was their first ever silver coin, and I asked Monica if it was okay if I told her story. She said that's fine, and I told Skeeter that if I told his story, that I would say hi to Skeeter and hi to Nancy, and of course hi to Noah. So they were more than thrilled to have me on the phone. Uh, yeah, it was exciting, and I really enjoyed the conversation. And they were very loud, just so you guys know. Anyways, thank you for allowing me to indulge that real quick. But look, it's what I talked about gold and silver. You can see silver prices up here is now at 1861. Gold is now above again. Now, what happens when it starts reaching these levels? To keep a panic from happening, they're going to have to try to find a way to hold down gold and silver. They usually will pump the market. You'll see the market jump up. But in this case, it doesn't seem to be doing that, and it's allowing gold to silver to rise, which again, I did a video, I think it was yesterday, talking about the Fed decoupling gold from the stock market. I don't think they have a choice. It's doing it on its own. So, like I anticipated, there's going to be a run on gold and silver. Okay, and so as everybody knows, I'm working with Money Metals Exchange, and when you guys go in and you do an order, I'll leave the link. So they have now fixed it to where you guys don't have to call in, because many of you are the phone lines have been really super busy. And in addition to that, that's because everybody's buying gold and silver. But in addition to that, a lot of you want to buy after hours, so you don't have to call this number. So I'm going to leave a link in the description, and in the description also has my promo code. Okay, it's real simple. Obviously, it's Pimpy. So when you put in your order and you go to put in your promo code, don't forget to put in Pimpy, Pimpy. Just put in Pimpy so that you guys get whatever kind of special offers they might be offering at the time, okay? Because they have different ones going on, and I'm not sure what all of them are. So I will leave the link for a money metals exchange, you guys. And so now, instead of people trying to call in, it's going to be much easier and quicker for you guys just to go ahead and use the website to get your orders in. Just come right here where it says buy silver or buy gold if you want to go that route, and just click on the coins that look like this. Okay, it's American Eagle, you guys, and you could buy ounces of silver. They also have fractionals, but but obviously, if you have questions, don't be afraid to call and ask the questions. But for now on, you guys don't even really need to call anymore. Just go ahead and go to the website. I'll leave the link in there, and I'll also put the promo code in the description so you don't forget. And that should help out much quicker. But like I said, you can see it rising. I'm going to be watching this all day because I'm curious if they don't try to find a way to bring it down. But I don't think that's going to happen, to be quite honest with you. All right, let's get into the news real quick because a couple of interesting things happen. So the United Nations is ready to help Erbil and Baghdad to reach a radical agreement. Okay, so again, this is one of the things we've been waiting for was, look, there's our girl, Blashart. We're waiting for them to come up with some type of deal to, and I told you it was my opinion that they were going to try to get this done before Kadhemi gets over here to the United States. The Special Representative, Secretary General of the United Nations in Iraq, Blashart, expressed on Tuesday to help Erbil and Baghdad to reach a radical long-term agreement on their outstanding differences. A statement issued by the Kurdistan Regional Government responded to the news that its president, Barzani, had received Blashart today. So she was there visiting during the day, and she's been spending a lot of time with Barzani on and off, and I think they're really trying to make sure that this gets done as soon as possible. Again, for those of you who are wondering why, to me, this is important, because what I'm hoping we see happens is when Kadhemi comes here to visit with Donald Trump, that he does go out and introduce him to the world, and at the same time ask the international community to once again recognize the sovereignty of Iraq. That's my hopes. That's what I'm watching for, and that they lift the restrictions off of their currency. A statement added a meeting to discuss the latest developments in Iraq and the ongoing effort to solve the outstanding problems between Kurdistan Regional Government and the federal government. So they are there. They're trying to get this ironed out. There's not a whole lot more to read about it other than the fact that the United Nations is over there, I think, has seen this through. Parliamentary Finance revealed the amount the state spends every month on double salaries in space. Okay, so remember we're talking about this. People are saying that the reason for the delay is because it's tied to a rate. It's not tied to any rate. I told you, Kadhemi watches my videos. I'm just teasing. No, what he did was he's auditing, which I thought they should do. Remember I said it before this articles came out that, if they're smart enough, they already have, Ernst & Young come over and help audit the banks to make sure they stay within a certain margin of what they're reporting. So why wouldn't you have those same people come over and audit your payroll and start weaning out those criminals who are double dipping and then some? So that was the true reason for the delay. And, so the Parliament Finance Committee affirmed on Tuesday that space and double salaries cost the state up to $2 billion a month. That's a pretty large amount of money. Members of the Parliamentary Finance Committee said in a statement that the government faces great challenges if it wants to start with its reform steps. And it started with double salaries, and it must start controlling the borders, outlets, and confine arms to the state. And these are important matters to attract investors, noting that aliens and dual salaries cost the state about $2 billion a month, forcing it to secure $5.5 billion a month for salaries. So that's a pretty dang large chunk of money, man. And you know what I mean? This is the type of corruption. I again, in my opinion, they should do something like pass a law saying that, you could come forward now and admit that you done the double salaries, pay a fine, and lose your job. And if you don't, and we find you, then we perp walk you and throw you in jail for 10 years. I guarantee people will walk forward and start confessing. If all you got to do is lose your job versus 10 years in jail, yeah, I would definitely throw that out there as an option. Anyway, so we know this, and they've been talking about this. We need to make sure that gets taken care of. So the central bank signs a cooperation and memorandum or memorandum of cooperation with the Securities Commission. Okay, good deal. Nothing big in there. Okay. Announces the payment of salaries of employees and administrating interior through the MasterCards. So I remember that used to be the big deal back in the day when we were first talking about the Iraqi dinar, that everybody was talking about these cards, these Q cards, how that was going to be the thing that makes the rate change happen. And that ended up being not so. We know that less than 9% of the people in Iraq, I don't know if that's changed much, but last year at this time, it was around 9% of the people that have, only 9% of the people have bank accounts in the bank. Okay, so that obviously needs to change. If you're going to have any kind of confidence in it, build a strong economy, people have to have faith in their bank. So the media office of the bank said a statement for the first time the salaries of employees of the directors of the Federal Police, Public Traffic Rescue, Civil Defense for the month of June were electronically distributed through a MasterCard, and those whose salary were settled on our bank. Okay, good. They're paying the people, which we talked about. There was a delay. So anyways, there's one other thing I want to bring up because there seems to be a lot to talk about it, and that's the assassination of Kadhemi right here. So this guy here was reportedly being harassed already, and then he was assassinated. Okay, so this is the guy. There's another story about him, but I want to get to it because this other story is a little bit more detailed about. Okay, so political research: the assassination of Sami is a direct killing message to Kadhemi if he continues to fight armed groups. Yeah, well, like we said, it's not going to be much easier for him to drain the Iraq swamp any more than it is for Donald Trump to drain it here, but they're going to have to keep trucking forward. The political research is wide confirmed on Monday that the assassination of security expert Hassami is a message of death threat directly to the prime minister if he continues to work against armed groups. In a televised interview, Hassami is a personal friend of the prime minister, Kadhemi, and that his assassination is a direct message of death against Kadhemi. So again, this assassination was to send a message. So this again, this is what gets me. These outside groups want the United States out of Iraq, but then they continue to do actions that force the reconsideration of letting the United States go and the coalition forces. You know, if the country looks unstable and you keep making assassinations, then guess what? The United States isn't going to go anywhere. So keep shooting missiles. All that does is force them to stay there. So this assassination of Hassami was a direct message to Kadhemi, and I just don't think it's going to take effect. To be honest with you, I think Kadhemi is committed, and he's already running full stream. All right, you guys. So right now we're just keeping an eye on what's going on between Kurdistan and, of course, Iraq. We're hoping that a settlement takes place before Kadhemi makes his way on over. One last look again. Gold is at now above 1,800, and silver is at 1,861. And there you go, Skeeter. I hope you guys enjoyed the report for the day. And for the rest of you guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely appreciate it when you do. I'll catch you later.